Broadcast start streaming. Looks like we're live.
Hey,
Uh
you guys can't hear it, but I'm opening my wine bottle.
oh, there we go.
Soda can.
If you want to look it up on the channel here.
Hey, there we go.
Beautiful. This is an Aha sparkling water, blueberry pomegranate.
This is a red seedling brand. What's that? Myers Wine Cellars. It's kind of. It gets the job done. It's not great. It's cheap. You get what you pay for.
It's canned wine.
No, it's not no, it's canned wine. That's alcoholic shit right there. I don't have the money to be an alcoholic.
I was wondering because I was wondering if you got that inspiration from like Frank
Yeah,
or something like that.
that would be pretty good to do.
No, we could do that. We could do that at Walmart this weekend.
Okay. Fuck it. Why not? I'm down.
Oh, I know you would.
Public drinking? I haven't done that before, I don't think.
We can wait a few years for that. I don't understand. Like, is that an actual law though?
Public drinking?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's probably, I'm not sure about Minnesota specifically, but I'm positive that some places, like, what's that, liquor? Nah, in your own home, buddy.
I don't get it though.
I mean, you know, it's like the same thing as if you're just jacking off on the fucking public
It
bench,
really
you know?
isn't though. That's I really. It's like way more obscene. I think
Yeah,
it's.
but like, alcohol.
I think it's more like. Well, I guess if you really boil it down, you're technically putting yourself in like a lower health. Like no, not health. Like lower mental stability. So like some of that could be compromised depending on how much you do. But if it's like.
It depends on how drunk you are. I mean, honestly. If you're gonna fucking drink a can of beer as you're walking down goddamn Main Street.
I mean, people smoke in public.
Exactly. Or they should be fucking shot for that shit.
I agree, unless it's cigars. I like smelling that every now and then.
Interesting. You'd make a great nicotine addict. Actually, you'd be a terrible one. Everyone will just laugh at you as soon as they see you pull out a vape. That would be fun.
But vaping, that just smells like shit. Cigarettes smell like shit.
You're
The only
biased.
thing
Vaping doesn't. No.
the only thing that smells good is cigars.
No, vapes smell nice. I'm not
No, they
biased.
don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
You're just a bitch, mate.
Oh shit! I forgot to select that we're live. We're live, by the way, guys.
Oh shit.
No, wait. Like it's just like if you go on. How about you go test the audio right now, see how we are, and then you can see the backsplash I'm about to put on.
Okay. Give me a second. Ew, that's strong one. I chilled it when I served it the first time. I put it in 30 minutes beforehand. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you're not. Is it better? Like, is it better cool or is it better warm?
1 second. Okay, your audio's fine. So from what I found online, they all kind of say chill it for about 30 minutes to an hour before serving it. You can serve it at room temp, and you definitely do not want to over refrigerate it. Like if you make it too cold, it just brings up too much of the alcohol taste in it. But if it's too warm, then it's like too soupy or some shit. I don't know. It's all vague shit. I'm not a fucking wine connoisseur. I still like it. It's sweet enough. I can down this shit.
It almost seems like we have to be wine connoisseurs to understand it. I tried looking up difference between wines, and I got the same result. And most of them speak out of their ass anyway, so it's like nobody knows what they're talking about.
It's pretentious as fuck.
They're just playing pretend.
Well, actually, I can when I take a sip of my bottle of red seedling brand, I taste grape. A hint of cranberry. Oh, fuck.
No, this one gets me a little hard, and this one gets my ass wet a little bit. You know, it's the different mixtures that relate to the different body parts.
What's that difference between whiskey and vodka? Which one gets your ass wet, whiskey or vodka?
Okay, if we're talking about ass wet, that's probably an appletini. What is the main alcohol in Appletini? Is that like? I feel like it's in the name, isn't it?
I have never tried it. Ooh, this is going back to what we were talking about. I got two people adding me on Snapchat, and they're both female. They're both female.
So
It's,
yeah, so the lesson that we learned right before starting this is, what do you do?
well, okay. I think we can do a good improvised podcast moment. Let's put our theory to the test. Nocam and I, we discussed, I think, before the podcast started, that we're guys. Anytime a random female adds us on Snapchat, it's a fucking bot. It just is.
100%.
100%. So, I have two examples. We can run the statistics here. I was added by Quick Add. Let's say hi to them both. All right, let's see. One doesn't even have a snap score. Cool. We're off to a good start.
Okay.
And then the other doesn't even have a snap score. Let's go. All right.
So what if they're just new to the platform?
They don't even. They have zero snap score.
What if they're like, they got Snapchat and they're like, I want to talk to Amadeus Kyouma specifically.
They have actual names as well, like Margaret Y, Brenda Mama. Who the fuck?
Brenda Mama? That's
Brenda
not an actual.
Mama.
That's not. I wouldn't define that as an actual name.
Like it's more of a name than like a username.
Eh.
Brenda space mom. If there's no space, fine, but there's a space. It's weird. It just.
If I saw anyone with the last name Mama, I would assume that it's a bot. Bot or a red flag right off the bat.
What, you don't want a sugar mama?
Fuck. What even are those again?
Molly, I'll let you take this one.
You'll let me explain what a sugar mama is?
Yeah, you've been practicing, haven't you?
So you know what a sugar daddy is, right?
I know the candy. I forgot the definition of these. Like I kind of like someone gives someone money and then someone fulfills someone's sexual desire, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You get money.
So sugar daddy is you're giving them the stuff, the sexual stuff, and then
They finance.
they exploit you by financing it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I guess I'd say it depends on the situation, but I mean, if this situation works for them, or if I was a woman and I had the chance to be someone's fucking, if I had a sugar daddy, all right, would I have to fuck some random person and then I get $5,000 or however much just for showing my?
No,
ass?
because then that's prostitution.
Oh well.
I don't.
Okay, cool.
What is sugar mama, sugar daddy even legal? Because I feel like that's just borderline prostitution.
It's a relationship, technically.
Is that how they get around the law?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good loophole there.
I mean,
don't-
You're not, going to every person. A sugar daddy has, it's their sugar daddy. They go to the one person.
Yeah.
I suppose that's could just be like a regular for a prostitute, though. So.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, but it's only one person. They don't.
but it's legal prostitution, so.
They also. Yeah, it's a relationship for them.
It's prostitution. We'll just say that. It's that's basically what it is.
So what's wrong with that?
Which in itself, I really don't understand why that's illegal to begin with. But I
Is it
mean,
morally wrong for our society?
yeah, humans really like to think we're more civilized than we actually are.
Well, if we don't hold ourselves to a high standard, what happens?
What's going on right now? It's gonna happen anyway.
Well, that's because we didn't hold ourselves to a high enough standard. I mean, think about all these people. These nicotine addicts, these sex fiends, these TikTok thoughts, alright? They brought us to where we are today. I'm doing a bit. Alright, this is bit.
Yeah, but it's happening anyway.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. I mean, I just feel like the people who are looking for it are going to go out of their way to do it anyway. So why not just have a safe way of doing it?
Why does it matter what goes on between in someone's bedroom or vehicle. It doesn't.
Exactly. I mean, as long as it's not harming anyone. I
So what's
guess.
the difference between prostitution and the porn industry? They're both paid.
Prostitution, there's a lot less exploitation. Unless it's like, you know, human trading. But that's
They're
not.
different.
That's
But
a whole different tier of. I don't even think that's prostitution at that point.
I think the difference is that one is filmed, and that's a salary-based job in which it's taxable income, whereas the other
Oh,
is
so so if the government finds a way to get paid from it, it could be legal.
it is legal, yeah. But if you're fucking and no one, if the government's not getting
No, that's what I'm
any
saying. I
money-
mean, if we can find a way to tax fucking, then the government would be completely fine with it.
well then yeah, they. I mean, just imagine how much of an economic powerhouse a place like China would be, even more so. I mean,
Yeah. Can you imagine if they made prostitution legal and then they just put like a tax hike on like condoms and whatnot? Plan B.
at that point, I would just okay. My solution: find someone, be like, okay, you and me, it's just us. We're getting tested, but once the tests come back clean, we're staying exclusive to each other. Problem solved.
I wouldn't trust that.
Okay, that's why you do the test beforehand. All right.
Yeah, but then like after the test, how many tests are you planning on doing?
All right. I'd pay the money. I'll pay the money and then McDonald's afterward. All right. If it was a good night, then they can get some chicken nuggets.
That's like some fucking trailer park.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I was born and raised in a trailer park. All right, old habits, I guess.
5 teeth away from being considered a meth addict, motherfucker, kind of shit.
I haven't lost any of my teeth yet due to decay. I know I have cavities, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't.
that's the point.
I don't know why I don't have cavities at this point. Well, like at least when I was younger. I mean, I think I used to brush my teeth, less than my brother. But I guess a lot of it has to do with the bacteria on your teeth that like fight off the cavities, I guess.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I didn't really learn until I took a class here. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's something that if you told me, I wouldn't be like, no, that's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works. You're wrong.
You are incorrect.
You are.
It's fun to do that with people.
Just tell them that they're wrong.
Yeah, and just keep playing into it.
I mean, you are wrong, so.
Okay, buddy.
You think I should drive to fucking Belle Plaine, Minnesota and buy a $10 jack?
What the fuck? Why there?
I don't know. I'm just on Facebook Marketplace looking at jacks. I need to get some, and I don't want to wait a couple months until I get a better job that I can actually afford to get this shit.
Do you want to go with me this week? I know a good place in Belle Plaine.
For what?
It's like a Asian restaurant mixed with a bakery.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, my grandma used to live there, but
Which
what?
the grandma that we don't like.
It's the one that you liked. Because you don't know about her.
Alright.
What about an hour or so drive?
Yeah. Yeah, from
Okay.
Hutch it's like 45 minutes to an hour, I think. I don't know. We
Oh.
used to take it every weekend or every other weekend to her dad's.
Yeah. No, just yesterday, the other co-host and we went to New Ulm. Driving there was pretty alright. That road to I saw multiple UFC facilities. That was pretty interesting.
Like the fighting? That's pretty
No.
cool.
Itch. New Ulm was an experience. It feels like a town that got stuck in the 80s and just kind of
It
died
does.
out. It's abandoned. It's really fucking weird. Main Street is just the only stores that thrive are just coffee shops and
Boutiques.
boutiques.
There's a lot of boutiques.
That's it. It looks cool, but it's fucking weird. The mall there. They still have the building for it. It looks kind of cool. The mall is closed. The doors are locked. Molly and I were walking on the side of it. We were going into walking down a stair flight. It looked like we were walking into an area where you could get stabbed. You know, it seemed like a good area to jump someone, basically. As soon as I enter it, I hear a flapping sound right above my head. Apparently there was 2 pigeons that were just in there, and they were fucking flying around. We must have spooked them.
Oh, okay.
I got jump scared by pigeons.
I have never been so close to a bird.
I have. You know, you ever work your ass off in the top of a grain elevator that has holes everywhere? It's a 50-foot drop if you step into it. There's pigeons everywhere, all right?
You know what? You sound like you belong with your family.
What the fuck does that mean?
Your dad was right about you.
What does that mean? He hasn't said shit about me.
Oh, yeah? Are you sure?
Yeah, nothing good, nothing negative.
Well, you've been misinformed. But... No, yeah.
What is he? He's in your DMs?
I'm in his DMs. Alright, let's not confuse it
Excuse me?
here. Huh?
Huh?
Let's move on.
Dead? No, alright, New Ulm was interesting. It was pretty fucking lackluster, not gonna lie. It was a disappointment of a town. There wasn't anything to do there. We lasted, what?
The McDonald's was frustrating.
It was fucking irritating getting it. Once we got in the drive-thru, the food was nice, it was fast, it tasted, you know, it was fresh. Otherwise, actually fucking getting in there, oh my fucking god, I hate the layout of that town. It's so much more bumpy. Honestly, I just got my vehicle's struts replaced. It feels like they were gonna fucking snap again. I hate that town. So yeah, to anyone listening, New Ulm, not worth visiting. If you live there, I feel bad for you.
There's roundabouts in that town, right? I feel like that's kind of a dumb question because, you know, Minnesota has tons of them, but...
Yeah.
Okay. I think that might be the place where I tried taking my road test the first time and failed.
You failed your first...
Don't get me started, alright?
Salty.
On myself or for you, alright?
I passed first time. I took it in a Bugatti.
Fabrication. Yeah, you rented a Lamborghini.
What do you mean rented? I just used my mommy's money. My mommy milked.
So you just used your credit card
Yeah.
with a $1,000 limit.
Yeah, I just had like 5 credit cards though.
So it's $5,000. The Lamborghini.
No, it's 5 credit cards. So.
Sounds like little kid logic.
All right. You know
Yeah,
what,
but I had like
blame it on the wine.
I had 5 times amount of that
Alright,
power.
Shut up. Blame it on the wine.
I'm blaming it on my my Coca-Cola caramel coffee.
It's corroding your brain. It's
It
turning
is.
you into a fucking degenerate.
I tried it for the first time last year, and it is like, you know how you taste something terrible and it wakes you up?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like you could straight up just like take a shot of vinegar and then like, okay, I could
the
do like
fuck?
5-10 page papers right now. That's what
What?
it's like. You taste it and it like tastes nasty. And it like wakes you up a bit. And then like you drink more of it and then you drink more of the caffeine and for the weird enjoyment of the flavor.
All I heard from that is that you drink vinegar. That's really weird.
Do you have a problem hearing me?
I listen to the funny things you say.
I'm changing some stuff up audibly, so I actually need to know if
No.
is this fine?
Yeah, I can still hear you on my end.
Okay.
I'm assuming on the podcast's end, the viewers, it's still just fine.
Okay. Yeah, because
Speaking of-
otherwise I would just be up here. So.
All right, enough. Speaking of podcasts, one thing that I actually kind of just realized I can do with my life, I can buy a snowmobile.
Yeah.
I want to do that at some point. That's always just been like Well, that's really fucking expensive. You'll never be able to do that. And granted, you know, a good one is a fair amount of money.
Right.
But like, if you have a decent paying job, just save up and then find a place to store it, and you can have fun with winter.
Oh no, there's all sorts of shit that I'm just finding out now. Like, oh, I can actually like do this
Yeah.
with money. I didn't realize how easy it was to like own a website, which exists now. Opinionplanet.com. Or
I haven't browsed it. I don't think.
You've never been on the website?
Any spaces?
It's opinion-planet.com because I was gonna pay for the opinionplanet.com domain that somebody already bought for some reason. So normally I have a count for it, but I just didn't do it for last week because, you know, nobody looks at it. But normally I reset the count, and then we have days, hours, minutes, and seconds of when the next podcast is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to take a pause. We need to. The website's layout. You know, I'm guessing this is your first actual website. It's not bad. I do like the Twitter link. I mean, that's kind of cringe. If anything, you should get a Discord link if that's even a thing. YouTube,
Oh,
that's good.
You're talking about the bottom, or what are you at?
It's at the top. It's at the top left of the.
Oh
homepage.
yeah, okay, yeah, that too.
Welcome to Opinion Planet. The text is not sent. Why is it like that?
Because it's like fun and quirky. It's like
No, that just irritates me.
that does.
Yeah.
If you want, I can center it, but it just looks unique.
All right, unique. You're trying to be quirky for the sake of being quirky. Be professional. This is our fucking website.
I don't want to be professional. I want people to go here like, I'm
you
bored.
You were just saying you wear shoes for the podcast.
Podcast is professional. The website is like, I'm going to blow my brains out. This is going to distract me from my life.
What the fuck? Alright, we need to make business cards.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That would be fun to do.
Let's look at Paul Allen's business card. I'm upset that you guys don't understand what I'm referencing when I say Paul Allen.
I don't. I've seen that on other places too. Is that like a new...
Molly doesn't get it. Isaac doesn't get it. I want to tell you guys, but also I want you to find out on your own, because it'd be better that way. You bitch!
What?
I hear you fucking clicking. You know what? Fine. Be that way. Be that way.
Okay. You know what? I'll X out. I'll X out just for you.
You'll find out if you find a post. It's like following a breadcrumb trail. You know, if you see it on TikTok, ask someone who the fuck is Paul Allen. Ask on Twitter who the fuck is Paul Allen. You're not gonna get an actual genuine response. They're just gonna meme on you, but it'll be funny.
Okay. Well, I know it's like, isn't it like a co-CEO of Microsoft? Is that what they're playing on?
What? No.
Yeah. I'm looking at Paul.
All right.
Paul Allen minus the meme. All right. Yeah, best known for co-founding Microsoft.
Wait a minute. What?
Am I looking at the right Paul Allen? Because this is...
Shit. This isn't... God damn it. Alright. The Paul Allen that I'm referring to isn't actually real.
Oh.
It's a fictional character. This person is far...
I just took it as face value when you asked me on that social media thing that I'm not going to reference because it's cringe. I actually like took Paul Allen's picture and then
that subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god, it even has a watermark. No, I'll put an image as to the Paul Allen I am referring to. I want to buy this business card. I want to buy 100 of them and give them out to everyone.
Oh, also, I saw someone who's trying to copy me today at the dining hall. They had a shirt with American Samoa University Law School or whatever.
Bruh. Kill them.
I was about to tell them that I went there, but they walked back. They walked by way too fast, so.
Alright.
Looked like a gravestone for a second.
It's a business card.
This is like one of those business cards you get at a parade that just ends up in the bottom of your bag, and then you just throw it in the recycling bin
Shut
when you
up.
get
All
home.
right, it's Paul Allen. You wouldn't understand.
I wouldn't. Is it from a movie?
Yes,
What movie?
American Psycho. It's one of my favorite movies.
We might have to watch that.
It's such a good fucking movie. Oh my god.
What is it about?
It's Christian Bale. It's about New York Wall Street yuppies in the 80s. It's a complete satire on the economics. It's such an in-depth. Okay, I'm gonna be one of those people. The movie is fucking brilliant. All right, it's a cult classic. It's like another Fight Club, so to say. It's got great performances, comedic performances. The message, it has underlying messages. It has good themes to it, but yet it's lighthearted. It's funny. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's fucking stupid and it's wonderful all at once. It's also a really fucked up movie. I love it.
Nice.
It's magnificent. It's truly a work of art, of cinema.
See, when you say it's another Fight Club, I still don't know what you mean either.
What?
I don't like to be.
also never seen?
I don't like to be one of the. I don't like to be one of those people that are like, oh, I'm so like different and unique. I haven't seen any of these mainstream movies. I just haven't had the time.
You're like my roommate. He hasn't seen any fucking movie to ever exist.
You know, I just watched.
Rocky? What's that?
I just watched Office Space just a couple weeks ago, and it was god awful. I hate that movie.
You watched The Office? Cringe.
Office Space. It was subpar.
I can order 100 of them for $75.
Paul Allen.
Yeah, the Paul Allen business cards. I really want to.
See, I want to watch the movie now, and then I can help fund this if
I know
if
there's
I enjoy it.
I know there's a website in one of the videos I watched talking about American Psycho. It was a free business card website. You give them your details and a couple other things, and they send you out like a sample of like 3 to 5 business cards just so you can get a feel for them. Every time I've done it, they never got. I want to find that website again and try it again, because if I can get business cards, I will fucking jump on that shit. I would love to have business cards.
You want a real business card?
Mm-hmm.
What for, though?
Just so I can flex on everyone.
But like, what are you representing? This podcast?
Maybe. Or myself. I could have 2. One for the podcast, one for me.
What are you doing? Prostitution?
I don't know.
Imagine
Should I give you a card?
Imagine if they handed out like business cards at parades for prostitution.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I could corner that market.
You're not actually considering it, are you?
Nothing is off the table.
Fucking terrible. I just realized that I have to type out what we're talking about, and I get to put the description that we get to talk about prostitution.
Nice.
That this
I
is
hope
a
you're
big
proud
part of
it.
the podcast.
Hey, there's actually some places in Hutch that deal with business cards. Good to know. No, I want free ones because I know there was a website.
Nothing's free in life.
The website said it was free.
They're just gonna give you like samples
Well, yeah.
that like they made that have their printing.
You know, you're probably right, but I want to double check.
It would be also fun to get Saul Goodman business cards.
That would be good.
I have one, but that's it. It's probably the coolest thing I own. Besides from this Yeti microphone.
You know, the coolest thing I own in my room, my Joker makeup palette. That's pretty fucking nifty.
That's the coolest.
The coolest thing he owns is you.
I mean, yeah, she is pretty cool. My Monica poster. I am a big fan of that. I like my keyboard, honestly. My keyboard's fucking immaculate. I'm gonna send you guys a photo of this thing. It's fucking delicious.
I want a mechanical keyboard. That's like in my shopping cart.
This thing is delicious, alright.
I don't really care about the RGB. I just like the feeling of pressing a mechanical keyboard.
Exactly. It's nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my job has these keyboards. They feel nice. I'm almost wondering if they actually are like mechanical. I mean, I don't. They don't feel like membrane, so I don't know. That's about like the vocabulary I have for the keyboard community. So beautiful keyboard.
It
I
is.
even I don't like the ones without a number pad. Like I never use it, but it just feels like something's missing when it doesn't have.
Yeah, well, no, this one has a number pad.
I know, that's why I like it.
Oh, plus I can customize the colors as well. So you see, this one's my favorite one. You know, I can just send a fucking video of this shit just so you guys can see. Viewers, imagine that a keyboard is changing colors and it's cool. Alright, get fucked. You wish you were me. So, you know, we have this one, we have this one, we have that one where it does a wave effect. That one's kind of fucking stupid. Breath, it just changes colors. Ooh, touch. Looks cool. And then,
Nice. I
uh,
mean, maybe I can see it in person as well, but I mean, is that a new
well, yeah.
keyboard or have you always had that?
I've had this one since I got this PC in February.
Okay, so I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could change colors on it.
Yep.
But that's nice. I would just have it like blue all the time or some shit.
Well, I don't think you can set it to like colors like that. I mean, you probably can if you fuck around with it enough. It has.
What is blue too obscure for it?
I'm not sure. It has blue as an option, but I don't like. You can't just leave it at a color.
Okay,
At least
so
I
it
don't
has
think.
to like be stagnant.
Like no, it can. So the one it's on right now, K effect. It has a multitude of colors. Every key is like a different color. They slightly change over time. Wave. It does like a wave pattern. There's wave 2, a different pattern.
There's no
Breath,
solid color you can have
I don't think so. No.
that just like stays.
I feel like you should be able to.
You probably can. I just don't care because I like it not staying the same color.
Fair enough. I would just that wouldn't annoy me. It would annoy me that that wouldn't be an option.
It probably is. It's $150 keyboard. I'd be
Oh,
surprised.
then yeah, definitely. Especially on a Windows, you know, when you have a Mac, things starts to get limited.
Yeah. I mean, responding to your Jesus Christ, again, at the time, my sugar daddy bought me this entire fucking thing aside from the monitor and Windows 10. So
You had to buy a Windows 10.
I had to buy Windows 10 and the monitor. Everything else was paid for. I
Dude,
think it was.
Could I ask me? I have a Windows 10 USB.
I mean, I got it for a discounted price. We went to G2A and bought it for I think $60.
Okay, that's actually really good for an OS.
Yeah.
Thinking about
No.
getting Windows 11 now, or?
Don't you get it? Isn't that free once you have it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but like, would you?
I'm-
Are you
I
considering?
mean, is there any downside? Do you still, if you get all your shit, then yeah, I will. But
It looks like a Mac. They're just copying.
I kind of like how my layout looks. Honestly, I don't want to fuck.
Let me
with shit.
double check this. What does Windows 11 look like?
Well, it has 11 windows instead of 10.
Well, yeah, that's one of the capabilities that it can handle one more than before.
All right, for the gang. All right.
But yeah, everything is centered. The stuff is curved, so it just reminds me of Mac OS.
Yeah. Okay, what is Elijah's profile picture? It looks like child Naruto.
It's an anime thing. That's all I.
Well, yeah, child Naruto. Okay. Again, I really need to get a custom. You guys need to help me come up with something when you're in town, Jason. I need to get my own shit. I like Monica, but I need to be me. I need to be.
You know, I've been pondering that same thing myself, so I think I might be a helpful asset. Like who's me? Who am I?
Nobody.
Right now, yes. Until like we have like one viewer that is a stranger to us. I'm a nobody.
So you know how you become a somebody? At least this is a line of thought I like to embrace.
Yeah.
You become a somebody by doing extreme shit. Alright, it gets you to different places. You become an extreme person, a very polar person. You're on one end of the spectrum or the other. I think that's a very harsh way to live life, not a very methodical or logical, I guess you could say. But it gets you places. So my overall point is, this question goes to both of you. Yes or no?
Yeah.
GymBagBob.
She says yes.
And the sounds of silence are an affirmation. Alrighty, cool.
Yeah, I just realized we didn't introduce ourselves, but at this point, I mean,
Huh?
we were so late it didn't really... Do you fall asleep?
No, my mom came and talked to me.
Tell her to hop on the podcast.
She wants to be a guest.
Yeah, she can
No.
wait. Alright, we have other guests. She can wait in fucking line. Tell
Yeah.
her to hang outside of your room or something.
No.
No.
What were you saying? What was
Yes
that
or no?
about?
Yes or no?
No.
Too bad.
What am I saying yes or no to?
I'm gonna try and see how fast I can finish the rest of this.
Alright.
Yeah. Nocam, any good places in Minnesota I should try and visit at some point since I have a vehicle that I can go places with?
With me, 100%, you should go to a casino where there's a comedian. We just need to find a comedian, a good comedian that's going to a casino.
With our terrible luck, we're gonna be the fucking comedians at the casino. But, alright.
We'll just hop on stage. We'll be the star of the show.
Alright,
People
yeah,
will. We will end gambling editions.
about
Or-
open mic night at your college?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You guys got to come up a Thursday, so we can do an open
Thursday?
mic. A Thursday.
Okay.
Uh,
you know what? Let me see what I work next week.
It's not. So I think it's
Thanks.
going to. I don't know if they're
Thanks.
going to be for.
You know what? I have
Okay.
December 2nd off. I'll be there.
I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, but it's every third Thursday, so it would be the 16th.
Motherfucker, my schedule isn't that far out.
But I mean, which is good because I mean we'd actually have content because I'd like to wait until like January like 20th or some shit where I actually have like a written and practiced bit.
You don't think you're funny? Just without a bit, without any pre-planning.
On the spot, I need someone to interact with right now.
Alright, Molly,
if you
let's do
go
a
up,
challenge. I was gonna say, Molly, let's do a challenge. We don't say anything. Jason, be funny. Now.
the worst thing you can do at a bar is throw up in a fucking cup and then throw it at a cat who just walked in. The fucking bartender just kicks you out.
I'm a bit tipsy and you're not making me laugh. That's sad. Alright, you know how easy it is to make drunk people laugh?
What? Here, I can pull up a bit.
Yeah?
I can straight.
What do you mean pull up a bit? No, wine is disappointing. It doesn't get you as drunk as I was hoping. It tastes alright. It's easy to drink, but...
Yeah. It's if you find the best wine.
Oh yeah, this is a low-grade shit.
My favorite is the ones that like keep a dry taste in your mouth.
I mean, this one's decently dry. I mean, it doesn't linger. It doesn't stay past its welcome.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but, like, it's not amazing.
Dude, want to hear a funny bit?
Sure.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. Are you really
Wow.
enjoying yourself, though? Is what you're doing now considered a good time? Working a 9 to 5 and only really having time to yourself 96 days in a year? Assuming
7 to 3.
assuming you're never asked to work weekends. And in that time, you use it to overindulge.
When you look at the system like that, yeah, it is fucking sad.
I don't have anything else to that bit. That's
I think the most popular cult of all time is still the working 9 to 5, retire at once you're 65. I think that's fucking sad. I never want to work a day in my life. I want to.
you want to enjoy yourself.
Yep. Life's too short to spend it working for someone else's fucking money.
That's why we're wasting our times talking to ourselves on Sundays every week until somebody looks at it, which will never happen. So
No, I've resolved. I mean, resolve only goes so far. It's resolve plus chance, but
yeah.
I've resolved to at some point in my life get what I want out of it. I've manifested a couple of things. You know, I manifested a girlfriend. I manifested this apartment. I manifested my license. I manifested a fucking vehicle. Or I'm on a roll at the moment. It's, you know, it's easy shit, not gonna lie. This isn't, I haven't
Hey,
changed
I
the
mean,
fucking world, but it's a start.
another person's easy shit, somebody else's battle, right? So
True, I mean, look at Elijah. I mean, if he someone like Molly.
he can't
He tried, and he got a Kelly moment.
he can't figure out whether to move out or not, and I think that's kind of sad. If it takes you that long to say yes or no, for sure. We'll figure it out next gang day.
What the fuck? Molly, I'm looking at your YouTube channel. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
What are you looking at it for the first time?
Not for the
Don't
first
look
time.
at
First time in a while. I
Don't
am.
look at it.
Hey, do you see
Don't
her?
look at it.
I am.
Don't look at it.
It's
Don't
too
look
late.
at it.
What is Molly the
Don't-
meme? What is this? What are you
Look
shit?
at it.
Was that
Don't
me?
look at it.
Is that me? Bruh.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a hot fucking minute.
What the fuck? You have an interesting look about you.
How does one video have 1.4K views?
Wait, one of hers?
Yeah. Everything black cover acapella.
No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
This is on
After-
GymBagBob's
British
channel.
British girl has a photo of
How
you.
do I-
British girl has another photo. I think British girl had a crush on you.
Possibly.
Fuck.
3 photos of you so far? Yeah. You're baking a cheesecake? What?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Stop. Shut up.
Your YouTube channel while tipsy is interesting.
Shut up.
You're wearing a fedora in that one. That one's interesting. Oh, there's the E photo. E. You look like you're on drugs. Unironically uses the word dank as a way to be funny.
Oh, I remember that phase.
Yep.
Everyone did it.
No, I refuse. I was never.
I never did it unironically. I always did it because that was like the thing, but maybe I did. I'm also the same person who put Treasure Dat Boy on the back of a student council shirt, which I still have.
True. That is pretty interesting. Hey, it's Thomas the Train.
How do I?
Oh, that Thomas?
Hey, it starts.
Huh?
What?
This is bringing back some memories of 2018 in the mall.
Okay, you know what else is good for reliving memories?
Alcohol.
Grandpa's album cover. This website will 100% help you and your family piece together memories that you have lost.
What the fuck? I did a spiffy dance in the background. That was actually pretty smooth, not gonna lie.
Hey, I got a question.
Hmm.
Do you think when a pedophile gets an Amber Alert, they try to find the vehicle and it's basically a game of capture the flag?
The fuck? I don't know. That'd be a fun game to play, capture the flag.
What?
No, just in general.
That's-
In general.
I don't think that's a good thing to say about the sentence I just said there.
It's unrelated, alright? It's unrelated. I'm just thinking it's a fun game.
Well, like you made it seem like it would be.
It's not related. It's unrelated.
Okay.
We
Just
have to wait
making
till you
sure.
I have to wait till you get the Crown Vic, so that way vehicle use is permitted. That'd be pretty fun. Because if you have the vehicle and or the flag in your vehicle, I'll fucking ram you down. I will smack into your vehicle to get the flag. I will win.
Remember, I was and am super conscious of my vehicle. All right. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
if something
yeah.
like an accident gets it hit, I won't care because again, that was like a $1,500 car, which in today's economy, I got a great deal.
That's fucking insane. I know. How much less miles than what I have, nothing mechanically wrong with it, cheaper than mine
Right.
by 500.
Just in the past like 3 years, how much the economy has changed. It's like I was living in a different world.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Wait a minute. I think I remember the Thockumentary. I remember this one. You're just recording the thoughts in math class, yeah.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, hey, we both commented. Thoughts are an epidemic. You commented 2 months ago. Interesting. I had to watch this for a college lecture today. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I remember. I rewatched that.
Never gonna give you up.
Shut up. Shut up.
I wanna listen to this.
No. Shut up.
It's.
No. No.
Put it up to the mic.
No.
I wanna tell you how I'm feeling.
No. Shut up.
Oh,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna get
Understand.
demonetized.
Stop.
Your singing is too good.
Never gonna get you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye.
goodbye.
Never gonna tell a lie. Never... Did you leave?
Well, I think she's gone. She left the podcast for good.
Bruh,
You know,
the
like
fuck?
the H3 podcast where that one lady just left for good. Yeah, this is that moment. She's gone.
The fuck?
Have you seen an episode of the H3 podcast?
I refuse to watch it. I just don't like them.
Did you used to watch H3H3?
I never did, unfortunately.
You never did?
Nope.
Fuck, those I just rewatched them for nostalgia now. I'm glad he's keeping them up there, but he's completely changed as a person now.
I wish I could watch Leafy shit for nostalgia. Those
Oh, fuck yeah.
Leafy is my nostalgia channel.
I've dabbled in Leafy a bit during that time, but I was more of an H3H3 person.
I think you
in
can tell
JonTron.
Just by looking at both of us, you can tell that you're an H3 kid. You can tell that I'm a Leafy kid.
Fair
You
enough.
Just can.
Yeah.
You just can.
It
It
just-
shows. It shows.
From our personality, probably not from our looks.
I think it's from both. Even by looks, you're an H3
Really?
kid.
What about Molly?
Uh,
What is she, a Markiplier kid?
actually, yes, she is.
I know Elijah's what is it? What is that other one? The Jacksepticeye kid.
She's, it. Wonderful, wonderful.
What?
All right, I like how I'm judging them, but yet I'm a Leafy kid.
I'm a two.
It's how it is. It's how it is.
Who's? I feel like Christian. He would scream a Keemstar kid.
Do you have him? Contacting him, is that an option? That'd be really weird, but also could be interesting.
Do you want me? I talked about it. I can. He, for some reason, responds to me responded to me the last time. But I haven't talked to him in like 2-3 years because I blocked him the same time you did.
Fuck it, let's see if he had a heart attack in the meantime.
You know, fuck it, I'll block him right now. Settings. Who do I have blocked? God, that's such a toxic thing to do. Block someone.
I have my sister blocked, I know that.
Oh, I have my uncle blocked, but that was just, it came with the account like that.
Interesting. Was he a pedo?
No, it was my, it was my uncle on my dad's side that I just don't know him. Like I actually like came to a realization that I just remembered him, that he exists. Just a couple days ago. It's an interesting story. Wesley Carson. Oh, I remember that kid. Hunter. Who's William Taylor?
No idea.
I'm just saying these full names, but they're so generic. You wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't have him in my blocked. What was it before? Christy Very? Or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. Hello?
Yellow.
You
You're
done?
back?
You done?
Huh?
Done having a panic attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see photos. Here, I'm gonna send this one to you, and then I'm gonna see if you would also agree that this would probably be him, because I don't remember.
Yep,
Friends.
yep.
That looks like him.
I mean, there's so few updates to the profile, but the friends as well. Rich, very, yep, that's his father.
Wait,
It's them.
this must be the other one.
It's one of their accounts, at least.
Which one do you think? Okay, so when was this created? This one has 1K friends.
Wait, this content isn't available. Interesting. I can't view the second one.
Oh, see, this one is probably the one you blocked. I must have unblocked him. When was this?
I can check my Facebook friends. Or how do you check the blocked?
SETTING.
Bitch. There isn't a settings option anymore. Wait, settings and private. Okay, settings.
Boomer. That's a boomer moment if I've seen
There
that.
isn't anything in settings. What are you fucking... Wait,
You go to... Yeah, you go to settings and then you go to...
blocking. Wait.
I just subconsciously went there.
I have Anna blocked. I have Hunter blocked.
Why do you have Anna blocked?
Because she was annoying.
That would be an interesting one to do.
I have my aunt blocked. I have childhood parent friends blocked. Pretty cool. I have Tess Very unblocked. I don't know who that is though.
That was the one that I sent you. That was the one that you couldn't access.
Alright, I'll
They
unblock
changed their
them.
name.
I'll unblock them just in case, but...
Alright, let's, I guess I'll try contacting them then. What do I gotta add them as friend? I can't message them. I guess I gotta friend them. I guess this is gonna be a multi episode.
What if they cry because someone finally added them as a friend? What if they're just so happy?
It looks like they are. What are they? That no one is like interacting with them. They have this fundraiser thing, which I'm surprised for the type of person he is, or they are. Looks like they go by her now. So my bad. I'm gonna get canceled.
Yeah. Interesting. That is interesting. They did not seem like a people person at all.
Yeah, they have a fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. $0 raised to 50.
Domino's has the same fucking fundraiser going on.
What is up with that children's hospital?
All donations
fucking
are a
sick
fucking
of it.
scam. All donations are a fucking scam.
No, yeah, that's...
If it's
It
coming
really
from
depends,
a corporation, if
but-
it's coming from a corporation, I'd say it's a scam.
Yeah.
Person, then whatever, cool for you. But
They get... You really have to look into the fine print for those. Like, okay, how much are they taking? What percentage is going to the people that I actually want to support, and what percentage is going to the pockets of a businessman that will eventually go to the pockets of a prostitute?
you're all peaches and cream tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just like that, we're back to prostitution.
Hey, it seems like you have some things you want to discuss and do about. You want to hire a prostitute? That could be a fun gang activity.
How do we do that together?
We would just say, hey, our friend Elijah here is lonely.
There we go.
It's good having a group scapegoat. All right, it really makes life
It
easier.
yeah.
It does,
It's
especially when they're not even here to like get pissy about it and
they
defend
can't.
themselves.
It's almost essential. At least for our friend group. I don't know how other friend groups operate that don't have
They're
scapegoats.
from what I can see, they're all the same.
From what I can see, if it's a friend group that's full of females, that one male is going to be the scapegoat 100%. But it's
Yeah.
not the opposite. Cuz a female can't be a scapegoat because otherwise,
Never.
you know,
Which of your
Yeah, I can.
professors you wish you could just fucking punch?
uh I don't have one of those yet. I've every single one of them. Well, I mean, there is a teacher assistant kind of guy who kind of acts like a professor, and I just kind of stopped showing up to classes because of them, because they
Just
didn't
tell him know your salary. All right, you're you're below me. I'm a student and you're beneath me.
act your salary, because they probably don't make
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Act your salary. That's a good one. I
That
mean,
should be
yeah, I
the
act my salary at work.
yeah. Okay. Well, when you phrase it like that, if you're at a job, do the fucking job.
I will minimum pay, minimum effort. I'm a firm believer in that.
Fair. You know what? If you don't think you're being paid fairly, I guess.
It's not
Yeah.
that I'm not being paid fairly. It's just that I'm not being paid much.
I think that can correlate. Like, if you're not being paid much, you're not being paid fairly in this garbage economy.
True. Honestly, if the place has enough money to still sustain by being able to stay open, then they could definitely afford to pay me more.
The national minimum wage hasn't changed. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I've seen, yeah.
it's
It's
kind of
ridiculous.
it's kind of hard to, because I think wages should really fluctuate from town to town, because countryside, you're going to find cheaper living, and stuff is going to be cheaper there.
Yeah.
Whereas in the city, where the minimum wage here is $15 an hour, but I'm only making $11 an hour. So
It,
I'm making under minimum wage here because I'm working through a university.
it blew my
Which,
mind. Uh, I found out that McDonald's, they are hiring closers and openers at 17 an hour. That's what I was
jeez.
making as a manager. My roommate, he makes around $20 an hour. I probably would have been making something similar to that.
So they're actually already raising the minimum, or at least individual businesses are already raising their
Food
pay.
service is fucking, yeah. Food service, all the food service places in town, they offer pretty good pay, honestly.
Well,
It's
we're living in like like a big time right now. What is it called? Like the
the Great Resignation.
great. Yeah, there we go. We're great resignation. Fucking living in it, and I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah. Great Resignation, price inflation for a lot of things. I think I watched a video on it not too long ago. It was something about the supply for things is really low, which increases the demand, but it's across the board for a lot of things. Gasoline is the prime example. Low
Right.
supply, high demand, excess in price.
Well, I mean, simple economics, yeah, but
Economics.
I've actually taken an economics class, so I
Yeah,
can say how.
I did too. All right, I did too. I didn't pass it, but I took it. I'm taking one right now,
See,
actually.
by the end of it, you'll be saying economics.
No, I won't. Dumbass way to
I
say
hate
it.
when I say economics. All right, I just can't change it. It's part of my dialect. It's just like wattle bottle.
Have you ever considered that you're the problem?
Yeah, just right when I said water bottle in that condescending way. Yeah, I just realized that.
No, can we just pose this question to all of England itself? Have you ever considered that you're the problem?
Okay. It's not about me anymore. We're just gonna insult the entire country. All right.
Well, why wouldn't? Why wouldn't we?
Fair enough. No, we've been oppressed for too long.
By whom?
England. That's why we moved
What?
out. We
Ooh, this
won
is
and what?
Never mind.
No, just keep
Please
talking.
I'm sorry, alright? It's the wine. It's making me very excited about things that don't actually matter. It's hard to stay
No, it's good.
in
That's what podcasts are made up of. Shit that no one
podcast.
cares
Yeah,
about.
drunk people. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm the only one fulfilling my end of the bargain. You guys are slacking.
I'm just like,
You're slack. I don't see a bottle in your hand,
oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. I have caffeine. You know what? That's a drug.
bitch.
Caffeine and sugar. What are you going to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Shit. You know what? I'll give the wine this. It's yeah. The more I tried, like I said earlier, it's been like 15 to 20 minutes since I asked that question. There's still a fair amount left. I can't power chug this shit. Unfortunately, you know what? That's bitch mentality. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, I guess. I couldn't power chug a barrel of moonshine, but that's just loser talk, so.
Exactly. See, there we fucking go. All you have to do is want it.
Did you do it?
Yeah, it's gone
Yeah.
now.
That's what I realized just this week. You know? You just gotta want it. You just gotta own it.
What the fuck are you talking
It's about the drive, it's about the power.
Shut up. About drive, it's about power. We said hunger be devoured. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's hours.
No, one of the biggest lessons that I'm still teaching myself in life is that you just don't think, you just do shit. Like, you think about, like, what you want from the results, but just thinking about it is only going to hold you back. That's how procrastination happens.
Exactly, you just fucking do it. I love that mentality. I kind of had a epiphany not too dissimilar to that a couple of months ago for certain things I wanted in life. And just overall life goals. I've had this mental map in my head planned out about things I want and things I want to do. It's just, okay, I know what I want. How do I take the steps to fucking get there?
Right.
I don't do anything else with my time. I could have been just still working at fucking McDonald's, getting high, doing fuck all with my day. But I mean, at least now I take steps, at least a few every now and then, to get stuff that will benefit me short and long term. I know what I want from life, as short as it is. I want to enjoy it.
I mean, you're almost a walking example of money doesn't give you happiness.
Yeah.
I mean,
Happiness
you
comes
quit
from...
you quit a pretty high paying job for the time.
I mean, 17 an hour is pretty.
I mean,
decent.
it's still really good now, but I mean, it's slowly becoming minimum wage. Like, I can almost anticipate that that's going to, like, 15 an hour is going to be like, that's okay.
Yeah.
15 is going to be the $10 an hour pretty soon.
I mean, 15 to me is still really fucking nice. I'm making $12.50 an hour plus
Right.
tips still.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's still sounds good to me, but yeah, again, I got hit with rich bitch syndrome, so 17 just sounds like the norm for me now. So
I mean, hey, over the spring we'll both be getting hit with that, hopefully.
wow, in the summer, yeah.
Spring, well,
Spring for you.
Yeah. Oh, if anything, that's a good thing, because then I can at least... I
Have
don't
an
know.
idea.
The only thing I'm worried about in a situation like that is that I don't have any experience. I would feel out of place. I mean, I'm fine with learning. I know that
You will feel out of place for probably ever.
No, I will
Maybe
eliminate
I'll
that.
I'll give it 4 months because it
I'll
was
make
still
it
like 2 months in, and I still felt out of place.
I'll make it 2 months. I'll know what I'm doing.
I mean, if you're doing it as a full-time job, not as a summer job, you'll feel in place. At least more in place than I will.
So what was the worst part about it? Or what was the hardest to adapt part, I should say?
Hardest to adapt? Well, probably just the morning shit. Probably just waking up and actually, okay, I have to drive. Maybe that was... To me, it was more of the hours. Yeah, waking up in the morning and then... Yeah, this is a full-time job. This is what a full-time job is like. Or this is what a 50-hour week job is like. It was mainly just like the culture shock, kind of. It wasn't really... I wouldn't call it a culture shock, but it's like kind of a wake up call in the adult world. Like
This
these
is
are
what it's
our
like. Yeah, blue collar
right.
jobs. This is what it's like
These are hours that people normally work, and
in certain fields. Yeah. No, I'm
yeah,
used to primarily like 8 and 9 hour shifts. I mean, even at Dumb Brothers, there used to be the 7 to 4 shifts.
right,
Uh, those won't be happening anymore just because store hours have been reduced. But
right. But despite working 10 hours, if the kind of work you're doing, it feels like the day goes by fast, especially in the
yeah,
first couple months. And then that even then it still depends on the day. It's like it feels like a normal work day.
I'm curious again. All right, so walk me through a typical day and what you were doing over the
Okay.
summer. Like,
Wake up, ass crack at dawn or even before dawn, and
yeah.
you drive 40 minutes to work, and then right after that, we're either grabbing supplies for a new job or we're heading straight to the job site where we were before.
Yeah.
Uh, from there, the jobs vary. Sometimes it's pre-seasoning, which you don't really have to do until summer. I don't know what the procedure is for the spring, but might be pre-seasoning, where you're climbing on one of those towers, which are about uh, 4 to 5 stories tall,
Mm-hmm.
3 to 5 maybe. It really depends on the tower you're on, but
Tall ass shit. Yeah.
yeah, you climb up there. You're oiling the motors and cleaning shit out, making sure.
So you're not installing anything new per se. You're just basically maintenance.
That's just for pre-seasoning. Sometimes you just have days like that, but
Okay.
most of the time you're putting in shit. You're doing maintenance. You're there's uh there's welding,
Mm-hmm.
uh a lot of cutting obviously.
A lot of this I was gonna ask. So your first
Yeah.
few weeks starting out, were you given a whole lot of supervision, as in people were, making sure you're doing the right shit, or is it just kind of a we're leaving you to your own
Well,
devices? If
the
you fuck
foreman
up, we'll yell at you.
the foreman knows you're new, so he'll give you tasks that he knows that you can handle. So like I mean, eventually you're given. There's a moment that I was working and we're working on this huge ass tower, the one I told you about, where you're up like 4 feet in the air. Yeah, 4 feet, fucking 4 stories in the air. Wow, even that's short. Fucking maybe 6 stories in the air, and then you're putting on these sections that are
Mm.
huge. You're holding it down. You feel the gust of wind. It kind of tips you off to the side a little bit, but you're trying to
Yeah.
keep it in place. Anyway, you're up that high. Sometimes what I was instructed to be at the bottom because I'm a newer person. I'm not like amazing. My welds are garbage.
Yeah.
So they're welding these pieces that I'm cutting at the bottom, but you're kind of independent. You're doing your own thing,
Okay.
you know.
All right.
So
That I was kind of curious about that. If I'd have someone like as a supervisor that gets to supervise the dumb fuck for first few weeks or so, or if it's everyone's responsibility to make sure that I'm being brought up to par.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing with those jobs is that no matter you can't get around the possibility of you're going to be fresh meat. You're gonna be one of those people for
But yeah, no, I'll be very upfront about that. I mean, I'll
right.
actively try if I get the chance, and if people are at least socially, if it's a decent move to try and talk to people, ask them, hey, I'm feeling a bit self-conscious here. Can you give me some pointers on how to do this shit so I don't feel like I'm over or I'm second guessing myself at every turn? What are you doing over here? Let me see what you're doing so I can at least give myself a better
They're not gonna
basis.
just hand you something and say, all right, fuck off, do this. They're
They do give you some pointers,
they're
at
not gonna
least.
give you a dedicated person to do it. If you're
Mm,
if you're working on something or if they ask you to work on something, they'll work on it with you if you're that new. But I mean, if I'm saying that you're not going to have an issue with it because more often than not, like if it's something that they don't know that you've done before, they're going to be like, okay, have you done this yet? Okay, you haven't. All right, and then it depends on, if someone has done it before, uh, or if okay, that was stupid. If somebody has Or if it's like a dire situation, like okay, we need this part quick, then they'll just have someone who has done it before do it. But if it's like, okay, yeah, we have time, we'll quickly teach you.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone's curious what we're talking about United Farmers Corporation. Talking about the, what is it, the leg crew? Everyone has their own names, and most of the time it doesn't even correlate. I think the leg crew correlates the least because we're pretty much, we do the rest kind of thing. People have their own subcategories. We just do the rest.
Yeah.
That's why we
gonna...
did carpentry work eventually for some reason.
What was the most enjoyable project that you ended up working on?
Probably that. I mean, it sucked. We were there like probably, I'm not even going to fucking lie, probably the hottest day of the year. We were in that hot, humid, god awful fucking head house. You had to watch where you're gonna step at every given moment because otherwise you're gonna fall like, 50 feet and end up like the last guy. Or
there was a story about the last guy.
Yeah, there is. It was like a fucking GTA mission. All right, I was going to work one day, and all of a sudden I heard on the radio, this person who's working for the UFC, the job I was on my way to, fell 50 feet in a grain elevator, like fell through, and the details were still like very scarce. But I heard about it, and I'm like, oh shit.
It's me.
Well,
it's gonna be me next.
No, I mean I didn't really feel that because like I didn't know the whole situation. When I was at my job, I overheard someone talking about it, and I kind of like didn't really correct them, but kind of like, well, this is what I heard from the radio, and coworker was like, oh shit, you heard that too, and it eventually, like 2 weeks later, it's like, yeah, that job that was like in the local radio, like there's all kinds of fuck it, I'm just gonna use it without it. There's all kinds of the groups that the UFC has that they call out, like they're not just limited to like one warehouse of people. They have multiple.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like 2 weeks, probably like a week later, actually, it was like, okay, the leg crew is gonna have to work on this. Like the leg crew from the town that I was from specifically, for some reason. For some reason, they wanted us specifically. Maybe there's something more to that, or maybe we're the closest group, but still, it was like a game or something. Like you're listening to the radio, and then this is gonna be something that I didn't know that I'd be working on. But anyway, yeah, the guy fell. He ended up all right. The person who was working at the head house said that he was a firefighter for, probably 5 years plus, and he hasn't felt as terrible as, when he was working as a fireman as he did that day. So I was a new guy, so I had to wait a while before I could go up there and help.
I was gonna ask, as the new guy, how was it like having to interact with the other coworkers? I know you had a family member in. I mean, I'm not sure if you worked with them, but your other coworkers, I'm guessing they at least had a few years, at least a couple of years on you for sure, if not decades on you. What was that like, being always the youngest person in the room, easily?
Well, I mean, yeah, youngest with experience and youngest by age too. My uncle was working there, so I tried my best not to have that kind of...
Just only talk to the family person, basically.
Well, that, and, when, like, someone who's in a high position, he's not, like, a manager or anything, but, like,
he's been there.
Someone who's, like, yeah, let's say, like, a veteran of a company, and then all of a sudden their son or daughter comes into the company, it's like, oh, shit, they're going to take advantage of something. So I tried my best not to be like that. To close my window. I hate when I do that. I like listening to helicopter. But no, there's this other coworker. I really enjoy working with him. He's had a tough life. But he's fun to work with, and I can almost guarantee that you'll be working with him too.
I was gonna ask, like, while you're working on shit, do you have conversations, or is it just everyone's working on their shit
Oh,
and it's silent time?
constant conversation. It's fun. It's like
Nice.
there's jokes. There's the radio's on almost 90% of the time. Most of the time it's like country music because that's the only thing that's like in that's like it can pick up in the area. But when it's like classic rock, we put it on.
I was gonna say, I mean, once I get to that certain point, bring your a Bluetooth speaker. Be like, all right, I have better shit. Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean it would. Yeah, once you're more comfortable with the people you work with, I suppose.
Yeah. No, just do that first day. Just bring it, Blair fucking 90s.
Can you imagine me the foreman? Like, okay, yeah, it's this type of person. I mean,
They're just my earbuds. All right, I'm sorry that you can hear. I'm just like, turn off your ears.
I know that we're desperate for people, but I might have to talk to corporate about this guy.
I don't think they're desperate. I can look on the website. When Molly and I were driving to New Ulm, I saw, I think, one of their electronic displays saying that they were hiring now. I can look again, but I don't think they were.
They are desperate. I mean, it's hard to tell. They don't want to come off as desperate. But like
Right.
they do need people. Like there's very little people that'll do the work like that. That'll do the physical work.
Lafayette location, all right.
Thanks for exposing us. Yeah, that's the one.
Are you sure it wasn't Cologne?
No, it was Lafayette.
All right. You know what? I tried to salvage it. Whatever.
You know, as soon as we are out there, that location is going to be booming with service, all right?
Bro. All right, let's see. Must be in good physical condition. Kind of mediocre, but I am willing to, sweat my ass
They
off.
considered me as good physical condition, so I think you're fine.
You're in better. That'd be saying something if you were more fat than I was. I'm tall. That's about the only nice thing I have going for me. I'm not absolutely weak, but I mean, I'm definitely. I think I'd be fine, but it'd be a struggle for a while. Pushing weights up to 100 pounds. Yep, I can do that. All right, must be able to climb stairs. Yeah, Class A commercials driver's license. No, I just have Class D. Yeah.
You will, if you're a full-time worker, you will get a physical for a Class A, or like a commercials driver's license, so you can drive the company vehicles.
Nice. Experience. Previous millwright experience preferred, but willing to train, absolutely. Mechanical aptitude necessary. I have a willingness to learn. We'll call that the same thing.
Yeah.
Full-time position. Yeah, this position is currently not accepting applications. Bruh.
Yeah, just.
I mean, there's the other ones. I mean, there's New Ulm, Cologne, Broughton.
Do Lafayette and do leg crew, alright?
There isn't anything. The only Lafayette one is the one that I am seeing that says this position is currently not available.
What position does it say?
Grain handling construction.
Grain handling construction.
There isn't anything about leg crew.
That might be us. That sounds pretty close to what we do. Or that sounds exactly like what we do. But it's... Yeah, they're not hiring till spring because, again, I mean, the work gets really slow during the winter.
Yeah.
Which can be a good thing. I mean, if you're really sick of working the hours during summer, and especially into September and October when harvesting, because that shit starts to get intense. At least with the hours.
But imagine, plus the weather is like as well. I mean, dedicated good quality winter gear and shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that. They reimburse you on most of it if you're full time.
I'd say, like, honestly, you'd need, really good boots, good gloves, really good jacket and pants as well.
Yeah, don't buy boots. Well, I mean, do you have boots?
I have cowboy boots. They're really nice, but
I don't think that would work. You might have to buy steel-toed boots your first day, but they
I
do.
would have to.
I ended up bringing like my hiking boots, and that just worked for the first day. And then they gave me a like $200 ticket or something like that for steel-toed boots, which
Yeah,
sounds like a
damn.
lot, but that
But I
only
mean,
gets you so
steel
far
toe,
with
yeah.
yeah. Or is 150, but still, I mean, they only have like a limited amount of places that it can be used at. It's still nice though. I mean, I
The
mean
winter
that would
boots
mean
are-
that you would have two pairs then.
Yeah. No, honestly, I mean, what, 7 to 5, like you said, the manual labor time always goes much faster. It's like at Dunn Brothers, I'm waiting for the next thing to happen. I can, cook and do all that shit, and then it's waiting until the next time, or it's waiting until 1:30 when it's a better
That's
time to start
that's what
cleaning
I hate
lobby.
about that's what I hate about jobs the most. Is the waiting.
At least with it seems like, there's always something to be doing, which makes time go by faster. There's not downtime, so
Right.
say as in you can take it slow. This is just from what I'm gathering from what you've told me. You can be a slow ass and just take it slow, but you can also just, go at a decent pace and time will just fly by.
For the construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend being as fast and as well. I mean, not like to the point where you're a fast food worker and you're gonna put somebody's life at risk, but be as fast as you're comfortable with going with the task you're at. I wouldn't slow down
Well, yeah, simply
because
the
no
other
matter
guys,
what,
yeah, they're
well,
gonna be going.
well that and it's. I mean, no matter what, we have work to do. We run out of work at that job site. We're either, I mean, depending on the day, you're, I mean, if there's, yeah, I would just say, if you're out of work at that job site, you're going to the next job, and then
Yeah.
it just goes on until the day's over. But, I mean, that's not something I would do slowly because, again, there's always something to do, especially for our crew.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Molly? I saw you trying to chime in.
Pretty sure she was talking to her mom.
Oh,
Well, you said something, so.
yeah. Oh, I must have accidentally not hit mute then.
Okay. Uh. Yeah. Is that something that interests you?
The job? Yeah,
Yeah.
very much. For various reasons. Well, I mean, let's be real. The biggest one is nice pay and hours, consistent and a good amount.
Yeah.
A change of work. The biggest issue I have with food service at the moment is there's this list of shit that you need to get done. The things that you have to do to prepare for the next day and so on and so forth, or to make the end of the day easier. Customers get in the way of that. They slow you down with their drinks that they order, the sandwiches they have you make, the shit like that. They're a nuisance to your what feels like your actual job.
Well, it's
Or-
almost as if they need to restructure the schedule in some way that kind of conforms to what the job actually is.
Yeah, my manager's a bit of a dumb fuck. That's a whole other tangent about how she's very hypocritical, and I don't have any respect for her as a manager.
People just walk around. What does she act like? She accomplished something with her life?
She texted our, the group chat saying, the chair in the manager's office is the chair I bought with my own money. You do not have my permission to sit down on it. There's
What?
always work to be done. Meanwhile, during any time I fucking work with her, she sits on that goddamn chair while I'm taking orders left and right and dealing
Hey.
with other shit, and she's busy with her manager.
That was
She's
because
a
she-
hypocrite through and through.
That was because she paid for it. If
Fuck
you
off with that.
if you want to sit down during your job, you should get your own chair.
I will fucking take the chair from her and then fucking sit in it myself.
What you
She's a
should do is
hypocrite.
buy your own chair because by that logic, you should be able to buy a chair and then you can sit in it whenever you want.
I should. I dislike her. as a from one former professional to another, I think she's pretty meh overall. As a person, whatever. Even still, you're kind of annoying. She accused me of not doing shit as well. That
I
wasn't
hate
my
those people.
responsibility. Like, you didn't clean lobby. Well, according, the task list that we have for the afternoon crew, you wrote the names for what each of us is expected to do. I wasn't the one written down to clean lobby. Why don't you fucking check what you wrote? Again, it's just dumb shit like that.
It's always got
But
something up
anyway,
their
the,
ass.
the biggest issue with food service is that I feel, from my perspective, and no matter how hard I try to change this, customers are the issue. They slow me down from the shit I need to do, and I'm just sick of food service as a whole. I'm fucking done with it.
Yeah.
I hate the customer interaction. I'm done with it. I don't like it at all. I've had almost, I've had a little bit more than 3.5 years of it, and I'm sick of it. I want a break from something else. So that's why the place that our other co-host that's never here anymore, the place that he works at, I have an interview scheduled at 10 a.m. Wednesday next week, or this week actually. So that'll be interesting. If they are fine with it, then yes, I will jump, even if it's 10-hour shifts. Whatever. If anything, it's practice for UFC, that kind of working long hours, manual labor, physical labor. If
Yeah.
anything, it's an appetizer. We'll call it that.
It is very much an appetizer. Because yeah, I mean, like I said, the work he's doing, he's just sitting in one place.
Again, yeah, his
And
work sounds very fucking basic, but I mean, his paychecks, I would much rather have what he's having than what I'm having.
I mean, if you can listen to podcasts all day and then just, put chemicals on parts for the people that do the fun job, then I mean, fuck it, might as well.
I don't understand. I haven't asked him what exactly his position is.
He just cleans parts to get ready
doesn't
for
sound-
welding and painting.
That doesn't sound very physical at all.
No, you're just standing in one spot. At least this is from what I know, and then you're using this kind of chemical to clean it off and getting it ready for painting or welding. I forgot which one.
I think for my position that I applied for, it's painting, but
Okay, so you cleaning for painting, or are you actually painting?
Cleaning for painting.
Oh, okay, so that must be what he's...
This sounds really fucking boring. And you know what? Money is money. At this point, I am willing to mind numb myself.
Again, I mean, yeah, as long, if he can have his headphones in, you might as well.
You can? Really?
Yeah, he said he bought headphones and he listens to podcasts and stuff. That's how he started listening to this podcast. Elijah, if you're listening to this, yes or no? That's all I have to say.
That's a fair question. You know what? I can live with that easily. I can live with that.
Yeah, so that's why he started listening to this podcast more, is because of that menial job. But that's not something you can do at the UFC, obviously. So I mean,
oh yeah, watch me.
Okay.
I'll show up with my flash.
You know what you could do is put it on a Bluetooth speaker. Try to relate it to the other coworkers. Oh, this is the part where him and I said this. That's fucking hilarious.
Hey, UFC workers. You guys are all bitches. Please don't push me off the construction. See, stuff like that.
When you're up, like, a couple stories in the air, when you're, like, really betting on your other coworker to, like, not turn psycho on you, you just start fucking with them.
Yeah. Oh my god, is that a bald spot?
Start putting, like, tools over the edge, like, what if I dropped it?
What if I dropped this hammer on your car?
On the company vehicle?
Yeah.
Start, like, pushing them.
Hook their... What kind of a dumbass name is that?
Is that not your actual name, dude? That's dumb.
I want a birth certificate now, or else.
Just out of nowhere, just start, like, hooking their harness to random places, so when they walk, they're all of a sudden put to a halt.
The fuck?
Makes them trip up. And then they fall. But then the harness catches them, so you both saved them.
Yeah, but they've probably had too much McDonald's, so they snap whatever the harness is connected to. I can picture it. I can picture it.
A lot. You haven't... I mean, I don't want to say that that's like, incorrect, but like, if you look at those harnesses, I mean, they have a lot of suspension in them. So like,
Fair
I
enough.
I don't want to feel what it feels like to like have a harness catch you, because it probably
Yeah,
feels like it's not going to stop for a bit or something like
I
that,
know.
because it's supposed to catch your fall, but not like violently.
Yeah. Just a few days ago when I was working on my vehicle, my roommate and I, primarily he was the one doing most of the work simply because he knew what he was doing, but I gotta help with like minor assistance and whatnot. Being under a vehicle while it's up on jack stands, it
Oh,
doesn't matter if you know how safe the jack stands are supposed to be, just that fear that it's going to fucking fall on top of you.
right.
I can't, I need to get over that shit.
I need to
It
get.
made it, it made it
I've
difficult.
I've only done that a couple times, and still, yeah, it's.
He was completely under the vehicle, and while his uncle was helping or grandpa was helping us, I think. So we had the two jacks under the vehicle, and then we had the two jack stands under the vehicle, and there was also a jack that was holding the vehicle slightly higher than the jack stands. So while Zach was under the vehicle, his grandpa let loose on the jack, so the vehicle fell, or not even an inch, but still enough just to give Zach a fucking heart attack.
The fuck.
The jacks caught it, the jack stand caught it, but still, just the vehicle falling on top of you, just slightly, just slightly.
That's yeah. That's almost like what I just said. Just fucking with your coworkers like that.
Yeah,
That's that's not fun experiences.
I can't imagine. I again have a hard time with it. It just unless there's four jack stands, there was only two. I'd feel better with four. It's just
Yeah, I mean, depends on where it is. I mean, if it's two propping up the car on one side, well, unless you're talking about two, like one is on one corner and and it's on the other, then that feels like it's like jerry rigging it.
yeah. I don't know. It was an experience, the coldest I've been in a while. I couldn't wear my fucking jacket because I couldn't move my arms while wearing the jacket. It
Oh,
was yikes. But you know what? Vehicle is fixed for now, so
yeah, that's. I understand why you don't want to like do anything like fuck you with it now.
it's also just because I have noticed the RPMs on the vehicle. They have been worse. As in, it goes to much higher RPMs just for lower speeds as well, which means the engine is having to work harder just to do simpler shit.
Damn.
It's definitely because I've treated the vehicle like a fucking bitch, but
That's
if
why it should be the opposite. Like people, when they work harder, typically it's easier to do things.
I know there is such a thing as breaking shit in. I mean, for a while, me, treating it aggressively was probably a good thing.
That
I
car
mean,
is already broken in 10 times over.
it probably has.
Just with the
There's
mileage. And it's not, the mileage isn't insane, but I mean, if anything
no,
over
the
a hundred,
mileage is fine, I'd say,
I mean, anything
compared to a
over a
lot of
hundred
crap.
thousand though, I'd say, yeah, it's pretty well over broken in.
Yeah. No, the interesting thing again as well is that the heat and AC, they didn't work when I first bought it. After driving it for a month, they work.
Well, it's like EA Game Pass. Like you get like a demo of something, and then once you actually purchase it, you get more stuff out of it.
Or, you know what? Maybe I should just upgrade to this 2007 Chevy Corvette. That'd be a good upgrade.
Or
Only 23, only $23,000. Yeah,
Corvette's like basic though, right?
it is pretty basic. I don't know. I've resolved to keep my vehicle until it fucking absolutely dies on me, or I have to spend more on it than what it's worth. Which hurts, but also it is probably. I've come to regret my decision of buying this vehicle for numerous reasons. Just the massive amount of money sink it's been. I had a different deal for a vehicle lined up. $400 for a vehicle.
That would
From
have been a money sink, but I mean,
no,
you had the
it's
expenses for it.
it's from a friend. The few things that were wrong with it, which were not a whole lot, he has close to a decade's worth of mechanical experience and had offered to help me with all of it. The engine had about 50,000 miles on it. The body had almost 200,000. But there was a few things wrong with it for sure. But the vehicle itself was $400.
Can you imagine if you
Oh,
took that deal?
the only reason why I didn't is because that same person that was offering me that vehicle was also the person that was being my supervisor for my driving tests. Uh,
Oh,
After the third one, like they weren't really communicating with me for me taking the fourth one at all. So I was kind of like, okay, I can't get you to do what you don't want to do. I'm not going to try and force you to do this. If you don't want to, that's fine. I have to find someone else though.
right.
It just felt like, I don't know, I couldn't communicate with them anymore. So I just went and bought a vehicle. At the time, the current one I have for $2,000, which it worked. A lot of driving experience with it, as in driving illegally. But I mean, hey, next time I took my test, I fucking passed, so it had to have been worth it somehow.
I mean, technically it was legal. I mean, they deemed your driving ability to be legal at that time, so.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, but no, the biggest issue as well is that you can buy a vehicle without having a license. You just can't get it insured.
Yeah.
Uh, or wait, no, no, you don't even need a license to be insured. I'm pretty sure. No, you don't.
You don't?
I had insurance before I even had my license.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh, in order to get the title of your vehicle, you need to have
I
insurance.
think the only
That's
thing is you can own a car, you just can't, like, drive it unless you have a license. Like, you can
yeah.
do whatever that. You can do whatever else, as long as it's, legal.
I mean, that vehicle wouldn't have been as fun as in, I'm not sure if it would have felt like it could accelerate as fast, and I know the sound system definitely wouldn't be as good, but overall it would have served as a good point A to point B machine. And
Right.
again,
Depending
the
on how
vehicle,
much you spent, though, I mean, if it was just like only $1,000 of repairs for like the necessity,
it would have saved me over $1,500. Yeah,
right, and then you could have spent like the other 500 for a sound system or some shit.
exactly. That would have been the smarter decision. Granted, it wasn't entirely my stupidity. I do feel it was also them kind of just not communicating and just being
Right.
very vague about, all right, here's when you can take the test next, or here's where I can help you with it, or just being very. They had offered to help before, and I get it. Maybe it was my fault, maybe it was theirs, whatever. I wish I would have pushed harder to make that
You
before I
didn't.
just jumped the gun onto the new vehicle.
Yeah.
And when I did look at a vehicle, buying one that wasn't. I remember I set my budget to $3,000. I could have found a much better one. I settled on this one because it had low miles and it was a low price with what I thought was a one issue at the moment, which was just the
Right.
struts, which was supposed to be just one, but no. Both struts, the vehicle's underbelly, I guess must have been decently rusted over, plus me not treating it nice. The vehicle engine itself, from everything I've read online, it's an unreliable, notoriously unreliable engine that's kind of a
Oh,
piece of shit.
wonderful.
Uh, I mean, it's not terrible. It's still a functioning vehicle, and I don't hate it. But I could have been so much smarter about this shit. I really could have been.
Right. I mean, it's. I'm not really blaming you for that because it sounds like. I mean, you didn't really have the foundation to talk to him anymore. Like someone who doesn't seem like they want to talk probably won't offer you the vehicle. But it's just imagine like if you had taken up that offer, the knowledge you would have acquired from them helping you, like fix the vehicle up and whatnot too. Like then you would actually know the vehicle that you own more.
Same. Or, yeah. I, shit. Wine. The few things I have worked on the vehicle for myself, I mean, if you ever have your, exhaust break at all, I know how to go about solving it or replacing it. So I do have some vehicle experience now in terms of, like, actually fixing shit. I have a solution in case something ever similar happens again. So I have had some experience with it, but the struts, I paid $1,000 for that to get fixed. Uh, Tire alignment, yeah, I've had very minimal experience with the vehicle overall. The vehicle itself, very minimal. I have the vehicle manual on the way. Vehicle specific information. I figure if I'm going to be owning this vehicle for a while, at least I can have the most relevant data sheet to consult with, and then also a OEM2 or ODM code reader, or ODM2 code reader. It just basically, you plug it in, you download the app, and it tells you what's wrong with the vehicle. I
Right.
figure that'd be very helpful, as opposed to bringing it to a mechanic and be like, well, it's doing this, I don't know exactly what it's doing. No, if I know exactly what the issue is, that could save me. I can just try and find out as much information online about how to do
Well,
this shit
you could
myself.
also go to O'Reilly's, then they do it for free.
Yeah, but like, I'd rather just do it myself. I mean, yeah, they would do it, but
I mean, they would just hand it to you, and then yeah, you could do it. But I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it really depends on the sensor reader you get as well.
I mean, from what I've read online, every review said that this one was pretty fucking solid, especially for its price point, its functionality.
Yeah. Sorry to those viewers who just realized our abrupt stop. All right, we're having a fight because I sent a GIF. All right, it all stemmed from me somehow, uh, as most things tend to do. So, yeah, I think that's almost a wrap. That's pretty good. I wanna see that reader when I get there.
It might not be ordered, or might not, it won't be here by then, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, I want to see it eventually. I'll see it winter break when we're watching Always Sunny season 15 coming out December 1st. Would you like to say anything about that? You're one of the actors on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's almost the I think it is the longest running American sitcom. So, congratulations.
Congratulations to you. How'd you get on that show?
My talent, of course.
Okay. Is there any other things we can hear you in? Are you in any other podcasts? Like, do you have your own? Do you?
Yeah, yeah. My YouTube channel, it has a treasure trove of content. You get to hear my sexy, succulent voice even more. It's Amadeus Kyouma.
Nice. How about any stand up? Do you do any acts? I feel like you're
Um,
you're pretty out there, but for some reason I can't find you up on the internet.
well, only, the underground people know me.
Oh shit! So this is a. Are you coming out like to the public in this episode?
Well, I am you know what? Yeah, I'm, shit. I'm, putting my name out there. I just want to make sure, you guys know who I am. I'm a, future industry leader, call it that.
Nice. Okay. So this is what every host kind of like strives for, to have like something big come out on their podcast. So we have this Amadeus Kyouma guy who does his own acts. He was underground until today. Congratulations on your new appearance in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 15, out on Hulu December 1st. Congratulations, and we'll end it there. Thanks.